amazing father. Like, it's always something, bro.
Yeah.
And she doesn't just stay away.
Yeah, and that's the important part of breakups, right? It's like when it's time to be done, it's time to be done. And there's people out there who deal with someone who keeps coming back and coming back and coming back. There was a girl that last year who I was so infatuated with, and I felt like that was my person.
Right.
And I kept going back and going back and going back. And after we had like kind of stopped talking, and the closure for me in that situation was when I found out that the whole entire time we were talking, she was talking to somebody else. And I found that out through a TikTok. Because she had blocked me on everything. I didn't know why she blocked. It's kind of like a ghost. She had just blocked me on everything.
Yeah.
And I was so confused. I was like, yo, what the hell? Why am I just blocked? So, of course, on Instagram, you can't, once you're blocked on Instagram, any profile you make with that same thing, you can't view. But on TikTok, it's different. On TikTok, if you make a different username,
okay.
it doesn't block everything. So I go to the page, and I see that she was talking about this thing called like this 12 letters notes thing that you write down all your manifestations, and then you burn it. And you like each time you burn it, every day you burn a different manifestation for 12 days. It's supposed to happen the next year. And she talked about her man and her did it for December 2023. And I was like, but you were talking to me and telling me about that and doing that. And I was talking about flying to see you and did it. And I was like, this girl really played me. And that, to me, that was like the moment where I kind of cut that off in my head, where I don't even want to reach out to you. I don't even want to talk to you. Hey, whatever life you want to live, you live that life. Yeah. I'm done. I'm good.
And that was your form of closure.
Yeah. With her, that was my form of closure, to see, like, because I was so confused.
Well, you saw her for what she was.
Yeah.
Who she was, I should say. Who she was.
So confused. And, you know, it can mess you up when someone just, you know, kind of plays with your emotions or feelings like that. But yeah, no, it was crazy, man. So,
but that's still a strength. That still shows strength for you to even openly understand how you were feeling in that moment, to say, I'm not tolerating this anymore. This is not fair to me and to what I need to do to either evolve as a person or grow as a person. I'm not gonna say holding you back, but you still have some, like, you're kind of, instead of having a chain on me, I still have a string.
She was always a person. To me, she was always a person that...
You still have a string to her. Now like, that you cut that off, you're like,
I always felt like, man, but what about her? You date someone, what about her?
Yep.
And so... I'll say this. The reason for me now that closure is easy to deal with is because when I was younger, I can see this visually. When I think I was like 21, 22, I was dating this girl, and I remember she was sick at home, and her friends came over. And I brought my PS2 over to her house so she could watch movies. She was sick. And I remember walking in and everyone just started staring at me. She didn't really smile. Like, everyone just looked at me. And I got that feeling of, oh, it's about to happen. Yeah. She's about to break up with me. I can feel the vibe. And I remember getting I used to drive a Durango. I remember getting into it, and I drove back to work. And I remember I just sat in my car and I just started crying. And I was just like, God, why don't nobody want me? Or why do I keep going through this situation of someone breaking up with me, and I keep giving my all and giving my all and giving my all. And I think it wasn't until I was 27 where I got therapy, and I went through some things to really be like, learn to love myself and learn not to tolerate certain things, and be like, no, this is what I want. This is what I deserve. I'm not going to tolerate anything less. And yes, it may hurt me a little bit that we break up or don't work, but in the long run, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be good. Yeah. And so for me, I've taken that with me with any relationship or with any person. Even with, like I said, the chick that I felt like, oh, what if? It was nothing. When I realized that situation was what it was, the cutoff was easy. Yeah. And I didn't have to think back and be like, oh, shoot. Just like with the girl I just had the situation with, I told you about, where she told me she didn't want to be in a relationship. She wasn't ready for a relationship. Yeah. But then you post on your story, God, please send me a husband that can fix things. So in my head, I'm saying that's fucked up, because you told me you weren't ready. I'm okay with you being honest with me. Tell me you don't want to be with me.
But now you put in the persona as if like, oh, no, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you.